friends, I'm back to do, I don't think I've ever done this on my channel because I haven't had Kindle Unlimited for a very long time. And I will preface this by saying the type of books that I read, I mostly read like YA. I don't think it's worth a service. Like I just don't. But because my mom asked me for something she could get me that like is a subscription service that she could pay for pretty far in advance, I said, you know what, get me Kindle Unlimited. I mostly use Kindle Unlimited for my audiobooks because there's a couple of series that I can read, like listen to the audiobooks through Audible. However, because I've been following a bunch of new content creators from both the fantasy and the romance genre, I have a bunch of like random books here that I just decided to put on my fall Kindle Unlimited TBR. And yeah, let's just get into it. A lot of these are like cozy fantasy, but yeah, I'm excited to share them. I want to see how many I read by December because that will give me a good indication like if I can just not get Kindle Unlimited. But I do like getting, so basically the premise of Kindle Unlimited is you get 20 free downloads every, like, at one time. So I just did it. We're gonna see. I have been watching a lot of BookTube lately as I've been doing Amazing Readathon, as I've been reading in the background. So I put a lot of books on here, so I don't even know what's on here. I just kind of download titles, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. So let's get into it. And I'm just going to attach photos because I'm not going to screen record. So the first book we are going to chat about is A Coup of Tea by Casey Blair. And I will attach a photo over here for you. And then we're going to get into the summary. Really into cozy fantasy, and that's what this is. But it's book 1 in a 3-book series, and it's called When the Fortness is Due to Dedicate Herself to a Path of Serving the Crowd. She makes a choice that shocks everyone herself. Most of all, she leaves, and she goes to run a tea shop in a struggling community. But then there's hidden magic, hidden machinations that threatens all the people who've helped make her own way. So yeah, that sounds really intriguing. I'm excited. I hope I get to pick that one up soon. And let's just give you page length. It's almost 400 pages, so that sounds intriguing. Hopefully I get to read that soon. Another book that I just got a rec from Merrily Kristen was Blood Over Brighthaven, and this is a dark academia book. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of dark academia, but I want to find them that I like because I always struggle with the main characters. But this is magic has made the cities of Tehran an industrial utopia, but magic has a cost and the collectors have come calling. So, sounds really intriguing. I just downloaded this like recently, and it's a chunky one. It's 527 pages, but I want to give it a shot on Kindle Unlimited before I buy it. So that is my thought process, but here is the pretty cover. The books are from the same author. I got this from Dusty Book Snippers. She made me see that they are listenable on the book. So one is the Ravenspell novel, A Conspiracy of Magic by Luann G. Smith. I'm going to give you both summaries and I'll attach the photos at the end. This is a Victorian England, a witch and a detective on the hunt for a serial killer, and a enthralling novel of magic murder by the Amazon Church and Washington Post of the Vine Witch. And I also did get the Vine Witch, but here's a photo of that one, and that one sounds really cool. I know she remember really enjoying these. The other book I have downloaded by the same author is The Vine Witch by Luann G. Smith, and this blurb is a young witch emerges from a curse to find the world's upended in this gripping fantasy set in the turn of the century in France. And that sounds really intriguing. And I have both audios. They are witchy, so hopefully I get to read them in the fall. But yeah, and here's a photo for that one. I'm going to chat about is Of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. This is book 1 in the Bound and the Broken series. And I think it's Ephraim is a land divided by war and mistrust. The High Lords of the South squabble and fight, only to keep it checked by the Dragon Guard of Traders of Time, long past who serve the Empire of the North. This is 543 pages, but I think it's a dragon fantasy book, and I've had some pretty good luck with dragon fantasy, so I do want to give it a shot, and here is the photo for that. But it is chunky. It is 543 pages. Definitely on a little bit of a, like, elemental magic kick. So I also got Greybearer by Casey Alban, and this is Sometimes Witches Hunt Their Own. I think this is about a witch that kind of gets ostracized from her clan, and she has to kind of go on the run. So that one sounds really interesting. I think it's a YA book, and it's 376 pages, but the photo was like very elemental magic, and I have an elemental magic video in the works. And I also am just going to mention Air Awakens by Elise Kova, because that is a book I bought a while ago, but it is also on Kindle Unlimited, so it could count here. It's probably going to go in that vlog, but I'm just going to mention it's another like elemental magic series, so I'll attach both photos here. The book I'm going to chat about is Forged by Magic, which is by who is this? Jenna Wolfhard, and this is a heartwarming, feel-good fantasy romance with a helpful spice and only a pinch of danger. I'm going to touch a photo here. I know that Kristen from Kristen Craves Books recommended this one, and I am really excited for this one. This cover is so pretty. I wish it was a blue backdrop because I totally would have read it during August. But again, now I have the whole point of September is to find like really new and exciting authors to me and find 5 stars. So this book might get read for that in and itself. The cover is so pretty. And I'm intrigued. So here's the photo. This one I picked up is Bound by Treason, a fae bodyguard fantasy romance, a mysterious death, a fit-in romance, a reign at end. And this is only 122 pages, so it's a short book. It is by an author that I've never read before. It's by Elisa Tilton, and I hope that I enjoy it. So it's definitely a novella, but hey, we don't know what September's going to bring, so maybe short readers will be best, and I will attach a photo over here. I'm going to chat about is Murder at the Seven Dials. This is by an author named Cara Delevingne. This is book 1 in the Bow Street Duchess mystery series. And this is a murdered opera singer, a duke drenched in her own blood. For the Bow Street huge, a brutal killing is a straightforward case. Ever since his exile from the police side, the chance to arrest a high and mighty peer of the realm has never presented itself. You won't snub the opportunity now. But then a duchess gets involved and they both have to work together to solve the crime. I love when like an inspector and like a her regency woman have to team up to solve a mystery, and this is 304 pages. Another book a bit on the shorter side, but I love a good mystery, so maybe I'll get to read this soon. And yeah, I'm excited for this one as well. I don't know where I saw this one. This one wasn't recommended. I was just kind of browsing Kindle Unlimited and this popped. But yeah, so here's the photo for that. I'm going to chat about is the book, what's it called? It's called The Bookshop and the Barbarian by Morgan Stan. And this is a cozy fantasy book. It has 201 pages, explores many rooms, pick something nice off the shelf, and have a little read by the fire at the Cozy Quill Bookshop. And it's a cozy fantasy novel, so that one sounds really great. It seems like it's short. Again, another new author to me that I might dive into September, but it just looks like a fall read, so I'm very excited for this one. I don't know much about it. Cozy fantasies don't tend to have a lot of stakes, but this one sounds adorable, and it is only 200 pages, so. And here is the photo for this one. Chat about is A Trial of Sorcerers by Elise Kova. This is another book kind of in that world, but this I think has more to do with elemental magic, and it's like she's a water runner, so it's like a water run. I'm really excited for this one as well. Sounds right up my alley, and it is 359 pages, so hopefully I'll get to read it soon. But again, I do want to do an elemental magic reading vlog, and this one might get picked for that as well. But the cover's so pretty, and I haven't read Elise Kova yet, so I think I'm probably going to read Elise Kova in September. I just haven't chatted about that yet because it wasn't a physical book that I have. But again, here's the pretty cover. Is A Dead and Stormy Night. This is by Stephanie Holmes. It's book 1 in the Nevermore Bookshop series. Book boyfriends may do better, but they're more trouble than they're worth. So that one sounds really exciting. And again, it's another like cozy fantasy book that has sort of like a magical element to it. It's also 302 pages, a little bit on the shorter side, and I really, really like the cover. So yeah, that's very exciting. And then I think and then I have a couple more. I have Empire of Dragons, a YA epic fantasy romance. A nun with a haunting past, a vigilante with questionable morals. It's called Empire of Dragons. It's 312 pages. I got this recommendation from Covers with Cassidy. She enjoyed it, and she says she's not the biggest fan of YA. I love YA, and I'm always on the hunt for kind of like indie YA. So this one sounds right up my alley. I will attach a photo, but yeah, it sounds perfect. Again, another author that I might read in September for that challenge. An author that I've heard so many good things about, and it's one of like the only pure romances on here, but it's Out on a Limb by Haddam Bottom Young. And I think it's about this girl. She has like a baby hand. I think her hand, she has like a disability with her hand. And then the man she kind of has a moment with, he has a prosthetic leg and they wind up having a one-night stand, they get pregnant, and then they have to kind of like, you know, figure that all out. I really like surprise pregnancy and like surprise baby in historical romances, but I don't think I've ever really read one in a contemporary setting, but everyone has said this book is like so delightful, so I really want to read it. And it's 408 pages, so a little bit on the chunky side, but again, she would fulfill the prompt for a new to me author for September, so that might get read as well. We will see. A lot of these books might get read, we'll see. But yeah, I will touch a photo here. The book I'm going to chat about in this video is The Lady Jeweler, and this is by Rosalind Oakes. It's Diamonds, Death, and Devonshires in a Magical Regency England. You Had Me at Magical Regency England. It's 252 pages. It's the first book in a 4-book series. It has a very, very blue cover. It's a new to me author, and I really want to read it. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read any of these, what your thoughts are, if any of these are now on your TBR. I'm going to try to do a Kindle Unlimited reading vlog. I can't make any promises because I don't read Kindle Unlimited on my phone enough, but I have to make it a priority, so maybe someone challenge me or want to do a collab video because then I'm forced to do it. But yeah, let me know in the comments if any of these are on your TBR. I would love to know, and I'll talk to you guys soon for my next video.